The Bad Guys is absolutely brilliant. It totally flips what you think you know is true in the best possible way, and the end result is such an enjoyable movie. What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing The Bad Guys, which is a computer animated crime comedy movie from DreamWorks Productions and is based on the successful novel series of the same name. Now, I was a little bit skeptical when this movie started for about maybe the first 15 minutes. However, as the movie was progressing, it totally won me over, and it was just so non-stop and action-packed and was really, really enjoyable, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you in this movie review. So this movie's storyline is an incredible origin storyline that introduces us to these brand new group of anthropomorphic animal characters that are traditionally viewed as the villains of their particular storylines, and in turn they have decided to band together to make a group of villains as a team. One day, after a series of events take place, these group of characters decide to try to be good, and the film then explores whether or not society will accept them in this way and all of the crazy adventures that take place with these group of characters. So from a positive point of view, I feel like this movie totally subverts your expectations. You really don't know what is going to happen from scene to scene, and I feel like it just captures your imagination in the best possible way. And because it is a bit of a kids animated movie, it's really, really fun, really, really enjoyable, and even though it has got a bit of a kid-centric audience, I do actually feel like it can be accessible for the wider family as well, as the narrative of this movie is absolutely brilliantly told, really, really well paced, some awesome twists and turns, especially in the final act of this movie. However, from a negatives point of view, you can see some of the twists and turns coming a bit of a mile off. But like I said, the start of this movie was a little bit weak. But that being said, I feel like it explores some really, really, really interesting issues. For example, deception, friendship, who can you trust, moving on, betrayal, and what happens when different members of a group actually want different things from their life. Does the group then therefore break? Do people leave? It just explores all of this stuff really, really well. And like I said, from a societal lens, is society going to accept people who are traditionally viewed as villains? Are they able to redeem themselves? Is society going to accept this? What happens when the police force have their own motivations? What happens when certain characters have their own motivations when they're going to use other people? I just feel like even though this is a bit of a kids animated movie, it just explores so many interesting topics. And I was really pleasantly surprised at the fact that this actually is a lot deeper than you may think from the beginning. And like I said, I just feel like the third act in particular just takes you on such a wicked roller coaster that from a storyline narrative point of view, this movie is absolutely triumphant. So from a cast and characters point of view, this is easily one of the best examples of excellent voice acting, as all of the voice actors just bring all of their characters to life so brilliantly, and all of their particular voices are just so synonymous and really, really iconic and really, really individual. They immediately allow you to be immersed into this world, and you really do believe all of their performances as these particular characters. So I just have to say, from a voice acting point of view, this movie is absolutely awesome. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, we have Rockwell, who, like I said, is absolutely wicked as the main lead of this movie, Mr. Wolf. And like I said, he is the main leader of the bad guys, and he is feeling really restricted by the stereotype of being the big bad wolf that we all know and love from popular fairy tales. And this character really wants to explore and experience what it's like to be on the good side. At first, he has got a bit of an ulterior motive and a slightly different agenda for doing so, but I just feel like being good is such an interesting concept, especially for the Mr. Wolf character, and I just feel like they explore it so brilliantly. Next up, we have Maron, who is playing Mr. Snake. He is Mr. Wolf's best friend and the second in command within the bad guys unit, and I feel like this character is also really, really interesting, as he is feeling super rejected by society and is then becoming the villain that they are describing him to be. And so I feel like it's a really interesting concept in terms of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, people are just subjecting these opinions on Mr. Snake, and now he just feels compelled to become the character that they think he is, and then he is just becoming a true villain through this experience. So like I said, this movie is actually really a lot deeper than you would think, as it really does explore the psyche and the psychology of certain characters, and Mr. Wolf and Mr. Snake in particular, I just feel like are explored really, really well. Next up, we have Awkwafina, who is playing Miss Tarantula. She is incredibly witty, and Awkwafina absolutely brings this aspect out really, really well. She is also really, really funny, as Awkwafina is an absolute comedy genius, and this character is also a hacker, so it's really helping everybody from a tech perspective. We've also got Anthony Ramos from In the Heights in this movie voicing the Piranha character. He's the youngest team member and has the hottest, shortest temper and fuse, and this character is a lot shorter, yet is a really, really strong character, so I feel like they play on that really, really well. We've also got Mr. Shark, voiced by Craig Robinson, and he is a true master of disguise, and they use that so brilliantly in this movie. This character is absolutely hilarious in a number of scenes, which is absolutely wicked. We've also got Zazie Beetz, who is playing Diane Foxington, and she is the governor of this particular area, and obviously she is an anthropomorphic character, so I feel like they explore this character absolutely brilliantly in this movie. We've also got Alex Borstein, who is the hot-tempered police officer, and she has been after the bad guys for so long, and you can really feel all of that emotion coming out as this character is so desperate to try to catch the bad guys and really throw them in prison. We've also got Lilly Singh, who is playing a supporting character. She is the reporter that is always there whenever there is something going on at all of these extravagant parties. And then finally, we also have Richard Ayoade, and he is playing the Professor Marmalade character, and he is the epitome of good. He is a true philanthropist, and he is trying really, really hard to turn the bad guys into good guys, and I feel like this character goes on a really interesting journey as well. And so I feel like from a voice acting point of view and from a casting characters perspective, like I said in the beginning, they are absolutely phenomenal in The Bad Guys. So from a visuals point of view, The Bad Guys looks absolutely awesome. Really, really beautiful scenery. I feel like all of the cinematography and all of the designs that they've got with all of the characters and all of the extravagant locations that they go to looks really, really cool. I absolutely love the fact that this movie has a lot of heist sequences, and all of them are just so cleverly done, and you really do feel immersed into this little world that they are creating. All of these little sequences look really, really cool and really, really clever. I just feel like they put all of the pieces together really, really well. Like I said, I wasn't too keen on the opening sequence of this movie. I feel like the opening could have been so much stronger, and the car chase just didn't feel that exhilarating. However, when the movie progresses, like I said, all of the heist sequences and the subsequent car chases look really, really cool. And so from a visuals point of view, this is another triumphant example from this movie. So from a comparisons point of view, of course, this is a very, very popular genre. Animated movies are absolutely awesome, and I feel like they have got a lot of stiff competition. However, I feel like this movie is really, really successful. I feel like it's so much stronger than Turning Red, Crude, Sing 2, Ice Age, and Madagascar, and I would put it on the same level as Kung Fu Panda, Extinct, Ron's Gone Wrong, and Shrek. And like I said, because there are a lot of heist sequences, I feel like there are aspects that you can compare it to the Oceans franchise as well. So from a comparisons point of view, I have to say The Bad Guys is just really, really wicked. So overall, I'm sure you can tell I absolutely love The Bad Guys. I feel like it takes the viewer on an absolutely awesome, wicked journey, totally subverts your expectations, and I feel like they did all of the right things in terms of, can these bad guys actually be redeemed? Should they be punished for the things that they've done over the last couple of years? And I just feel like it explores society, who really is the villain, and all of these really, really interesting topics. Like I said, it's also a true film for all ages. And by the end of this movie, I had a massive smile on my face, and so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give this movie a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear what you thought of The Bad Guys, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.